The moment my husband texted me a picture of his business trip hotel room, I knew something was off. The curtains in the background were cheap and yellow, nothing like the high-rise suite he'd bragged about booking. I felt my stomach twist, but I played along, asking about his meetings while I quietly slipped outside and slid into his car, my hands shaking as I tapped the GPS history. The last address wasn't downtown like he'd said, but a rundown motel on the edge of town. I drove there, pulse pounding in my ears, rehearsing every possible explanation that didn't end in heartbreak. When I pulled up, his car was right there, parked crooked in the lot. I sat for a second, watching the numbers on the motel doors, trying to decide if I was crazy or just desperate for the truth. I walked up, every step heavy, and pressed my ear to the door with his room number. Laughter, hers, drifted through, and then his voice, blowing familiar. I knocked, hard, and the world slowed as the door swung open. My cousin stood there, half-dressed, her face draining of color while my husband scrambled to pull his shirt on behind her. The argument that followed was a blur, shouting, crying, accusations thick in the air. My husband stammered out excuses, my cousin begged me not to tell her parents, and I felt something inside me snap. It wasn't just the betrayal, it was the realization that all those little moments, missed calls, late nights, inside jokes between them, weren't in my head. In that dirty motel room, I saw every red flag I'd ignored waving in my face, and I hated myself more than I hated them. But as I turned to leave, my cousin grabbed my arm and whispered, "He promised he'd leave you." That's when the twist hit me. I'd spent months feeling like a paranoid wreck, doubting my worth, questioning my sanity, when the truth was I'd known all along. I wasn't just losing a husband, I was losing the illusion that I could ever trust myself to see people for who they really are. And in the end, that cut deeper than any affair.